Hello to you. A convoy of trucks has brought hundreds of civilians, men, women and children, out of Baghouz, the last village in Syria still held by the extremist group that calls itself Islamic State. The area on the border with Iraq is now surrounded by Syrian and Kurdish forces backed by the United States. They say IS is now close to defeat on the ground. Katie Silva reports.
It's the last village remaining, and now hundreds of men, women and children are on their way out. 5 years of ISIS hold appears to be almost over. The evacuations came after an appeal by the UN for the safety of civilians trapped inside, though they say not everyone is out, and the fighters are yet to surrender.
There are ISIS fighters in the city, and they still hope they can regain control of the area. But we too are preparing to fight them.
It's a far cry for the militant group, who once held a territory the size of Britain, 88,000 square kilometres, stretching from western Syria to eastern Iraq. It imposed brutal rule on almost 8 million people. 5 years later, the group's territory has been reduced to just this, 300 militants inside half a square kilometre of land. The US-backed coalition plans to wait until civilians are out and then storm the area. It's creating some fear in neighbouring Iraq.
Iraq is concerned because most of the remaining fighters there in Syria are Iraqis, and we're concerned that they could try and infiltrate the border. But we can definitely say the Islamic State has received a heavy blow at the Iraqi-Syrian border.
Just outside Baghouz, a group of foreign volunteers await those fleeing, providing medical care, medication, food, water and blankets.
We've treated wounded children, shot in the head, shot in the leg. We've treated many who lived, but ISIS is killing people as they try to flee.
For the past few days, the SDF has held off the fight, waiting for civilians to evacuate. It appears to have all but won, but the long war's not over yet, it says, as it's the most hardened fighters that remain within the town. Katie Silva, BBC News.